Hey everybody, what's up? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy here for another edition of The Mikey Show. Today I'm going to go through a video and tell you, sort of break down this new rig that I've got here, which is the best rig so far that I've had. It's my best foot forward, and it's amazingly unique and different in every way than any other system you've ever seen on YouTube or in person or anywhere, or you've even read about. So I'm going to go through this really quick and kind of explain to you how this is very unique. It's not your typical Boulder, Magico, Wilson, Sonus, Focal, Griffin, all that stuff that's very popular and you can find anywhere at every dealer. This is something truly unique, truly exotic, truly different, and in many ways. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, okay? So as we go over here, we're going to see, first of all, we've got the Fisher & Fisher SN1000.1 speakers. Okay, these are German speakers, clearly very brutalist design, Bauhaus design maybe, really just gorgeous. I dig these just because of how they look. I like this kind of a smart design. The cubes, the hard edges, it's my style, right? I like it a lot. Okay, so what do we have here? So we've got twin woofers, twin 10-inch woofers. They're face-to-face, okay? And with a speaker or a cabinet like this, you can see this is stone, right? With a cabinet like this, you can use much smaller drivers to get the same output as you would using a big driver in an MDF cabinet, which soaks up energy. Since all the energy comes out, these 10s are the equivalent of 12s, 6s are equivalents of 8s, and so forth. So here we have some carbon fiber drivers. The drivers are made in Germany. There's no drivers made in China or anything in these speakers. There's one there, and there's one, as you can see on the top. You can see a port right there. We've got a port right there. And this is called a base reinforcement design. These things go together, and they couple. When these two couple together, they're the equivalent of a much, much larger driver. This is very smart design, typical German engineering. It's very precise. It's very amazing, the actual, the result of this. Okay, so we've got two 10s facing each other in a base reinforced design. By the way, this is a tri-amp sort of a setup. You can tri-amp this speaker. I choose not to. I am running it in a much simpler manner. You can see all the jumpers that go up, internally wired all the way up, and that's how these are all connected. And just with one speaker wire, as you can see, going into the top, as I taught you before. What we have on the front now is we have a separate cabinet, and these have open, periodically tuned mid-ranges. And we come around to the front, and we have 6.5-inch mids. They may be 7 because they're like, metric, so they're a little different. A 9-inch AMT tweeter, which you can see right here, which is a beautiful Mundorf tweeter. And then we've got the 8-inch woofers, one on bottom, one on top, in sort of an MTM configuration. You can see the cabinet volume for this right here, this 10 woofer on top. Same cabinet volume down here, internally cut off, or whatever you want to say. There's an internal wall in there so that it's not sharing the same airspace with the others on this driver. And this is a 4-way design. So it's very exotic. It's made out of exotic material. This has to be pulled out of the earth. This is not something you can just buy, containers of MDF and spray them with automotive paint, which is very synthetic. It's very much how most cabinet designs are done in hi-fi, is just automotive paint on MDF. And then maybe they put 2 pieces of MDF together with rubber goop or silicone in between or something like that. Or they get phenolic resin and they give it a special name or whatever. Bottom line is we can pick up these synthetic materials anywhere, and we can pick them up in container loads. And they're not unique and special the way stone is. Stone is much more of an exotic. So if you're talking about an exotic speaker, this is a true exotic speaker, straight out due to the material that it's made from. It's not just an exotic look or exotic shape. It's actually exotic material, okay? Which is not something you can find every day. Now we go on single as you can see, this speaker cable coming over to this amplifier, okay? This is a single tube. So those big speakers there go down to 1.9 ohm, okay? That is a heavy load for any amplifier. Now this amplifier is stable from 0.5 ohms to 32 ohms. Okay, that's ridiculous. If you understand what that means, this thing is bulletproof. It can power anything. And the best way you can ever have a tube in any system is to have a single power output tube. That is the best. Once you start introducing more than one tube, you get anomalies. You have to overcome those anomalies. So the best possible way is a single tube. Unfortunately, the single tubes are usually not enough power to power anything other than these little teeny either horns or single driver speakers. And you know what? You can't kick ass with those with the single tube. You just can't. It's a different type of listening. It's very high efficiency. You need that high efficiency. Well, these are not high efficiency speakers. What's great about that? They make wicked bass, okay? High efficiency speakers do not make wicked bass. They just can't do it together. So typically you'll see high efficiency speaker coupled with powered subs or things like that, powered woofer sections. Well, this is a fully passive speaker, and this single GM100, one single-ended triode, is giving it 160 watts of Class A power. Okay, one single little driver, 6N6P. This is unheard of. 160 watts of Class A power, powering 1.9 ohm, 685-pound speakers that will knock your teeth out if you turn it up, okay? Not that that's the desired, effect, but what I'm trying to just tell you how muscular these speakers are, what they can accomplish is giggle worthy. You will giggle. You come here and listen. We can play some music and something with bass, and you'll get giggly. You'll be like, it's just makes you laugh. It makes grown men giggle like little girls. Okay. We come over here. You can see I've got the Virastar power cord. Here's the power cord that OCD Mikey made. Okay, if you don't know, my first hat is cables. Okay, that XLR is my design as well. I've got a patented cable design. We come all the way up to 230 volts, and that is a plate that I made. You can see the Virastar name. That's something I designed. 230 volts, we're getting to power this. That's because when you have something like this that draws wicked current, you want to use 240 or 230 because it draws less current. It runs much more efficiently when you power it with a higher voltage. The amps love it better. It can get the power quick. It's just better all around. Then we come over here. We come over to the Live Vibe audio rack. You can see everything is up on brass. Same with the cones down here. These are up on Live Vibe cones or spikes rather, whatever you want to call them. And here we have, of course, the Playback Designs MPD8. The world-class DAC, and the MPSX streamer. Okay, these are made by Playback Designs, made in California, made by the guy who invented SACD for Sony, and the guy who made the first digital gear for Studer of Switzerland, which are these machines over here. Okay, tape machines. His first career, he's a Swiss man, Andreas Koch. He came into existence in the hi-fi realm, making the first digital gear for some of the best analog tape machines ever made, Studer of Switzerland. Okay, so we come back here. That was a side note. We've got streamer, DAC, amp, speaker. That's it. You can't get more simple than this. This is the most exotic, simple system you will ever see. There's simply everything else that you see that's exotic and crazy has a million boxes. It's 3,000 pounds, 5,000 pounds, whatever, of box upon box upon box, cable upon cable upon cable. Ridiculous amount of crap that is absolutely not needed. This, I go in the face of that. What I say is they're trying to sell you more boxes, more cables, more shit that you don't need. Okay? This is more exotic than those systems, because you can find those systems every state in the country. Just go to the hi-fi dealer. You're going to find those brands. You're going to find those Big Wilsons. You're going to find all that Magico shit, whatever, all the stuff that's everywhere. Okay? It's not unique. This is unique. Powering these speakers with one single tube. Come on. Get out of here. It's just not, there is nothing like this. You don't see it anywhere. And then we've got Playback Designs on the front end. So it's very simple. We stream to the Playback Designs. This is, by the way, the first AI in the United States. What I mean by AI is analog input. See that upper thing right there? It says write analog input. So you can use your PhonoPre straight into this piece here and control it. This is the center or the heart of the system, is the DAC pre, like this right here. And now this is an analog DAC pre. So it's an undisputed champion as far as I'm concerned. Yep, you can go spend $250,000 on the new Varese. You can spend 165 or 200 on the Wadax, but this is king as far as I'm concerned. It makes the most amount of sense. If you're in it for the music and you're not in, look, if you're in it to show off, then those other brands probably better because they're more expensive, so you can show how rich you are. This is not what this is, okay? This is the smart person who is intellectual and understands what real exotic means. Real exotic does not mean expensive. Real exotic means actually real exotic. Exotic materials, exotic circuits, exotic 160 watt Class A single-ended triode, single tube powering 685 pound 1.9 ohm dipping speakers. It's ridiculous. There's no other rig that does this. So I've done this for a reason. I've done this to show you guys. And you know what? I have to thank my clients for this. I told you all, remember, if you've been watching my channel for all the years, I told you all, if you gave me your business, I would start bringing more and more greater things. This is now the reference from which I judge everything below it, right? I use this as the reference, and then every speaker I bring in gets compared to these. Every amp I bring in gets compared to the tubes here in Class A single-ended triode, and I find things that are the same voiced, that are voiced the same, that give a similar result, maybe scaled down for those different budgets, the budgets that maybe aren't as robust as a system like this. But this is a show-stealing rig, okay? God forbid they let me come to the show with this rig because I will steal all the attention. And anyways, I wanted to bring that to you guys, let you know about the new rig. This is the new HiFi TRIBE system that is at Mikey's in Atlanta, Georgia. We have now at least 8 different locations where there are Fisher & Fishers around the United States. Most people don't even need to listen to them. They can hear and they trust me and they buy regardless. But keep watching the live stream. I've got live streams every Sunday, every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time here on this channel. And you will hear real live customers that have these products that I sell that will just tell you over and over and over again how much happier they are with these than the big name brands that everybody has in every state and every store. So anyways, thanks for joining. Come back and I will see you.